Hello, my name is Jacob Hargrave. Marriott and I created EverybodySafe.com because it is truly needed. Every day, in every emergency room in the United States and around the world, our services could be used. There are mass notification systems out there. If there's a tornado in your hometown, you're going to get a text message. If your favorite baseball team wins a game, you're going to get a text message. You get email alerts about sales down at the local department store. But one thing that does not happen is if something happens to you, using that same infrastructure to let your friends, family, and coworkers know where you are, what happened, and who's taking care of you. In my own case, my father's been hospitalized twice in the last 3 years. In both times, it took more than 3 days before I knew he was in there. Mariette, our co-founder, recently took a job that moved her from Illinois to California. When she got sick, she luckily had a neighbor take her to the hospital, and on the way they were able to call her mom and let her know that I'm going to be over here at Victory Hospital. The problem was that the mom didn't know anything about Mariette's new friends in San Francisco, didn't know the name of her landlord, couldn't get somebody to come in and take out the garbage, feed the pets, or clean up the house until Mariette got back. It was because of these personal experiences that we decided that with all the technology that surrounds us, there has to be a better way. And so we created EverybodySafe.com. Our first service is emergency contact. In the event something happens to you, whether it be accident, illness, injury, or natural disaster, we are the bridge between the hospital and your family to let them know where you are, what happened, and who's taking care of you. It's important for you to understand that hospitals are in the business of making you better. They are not in the business of contacting your Aunt Louise in Boise, Idaho. When you end up in the hospital, there are really only two ways that they're going to know who you are. First, if somebody brings you in, whether that person is a coworker, family member, friend, or a spouse. In almost all of those cases, only a family member or a spouse is really going to know who it is that needs to be contacted to let them know you're in the hospital. If a coworker, friend, ambulance, taxi cab driver, or anybody else brings you to the hospital and you're not able to speak for yourself, the hospital does not know. The only thing they know about you is what you have on you. Your driver's license, your student ID, your employment badge, your passport, maybe your cell phone. None of that information other than your cell phone is going to let them know who's important to you. Your cell phone, it may be password protected. It may be damaged. It may not be with you. It may be a model that the nurse isn't familiar with, so she isn't going to use it. As it turns out, the Los Angeles Fire Department did a study, and they learned that 60% of the time when a cell phone contained the necessary information for emergency contact, it was not used. That simply leaves your driver's license. That has your address on it, but it doesn't have your wife's cell phone number. It doesn't have where your wife works. It doesn't have where your children go to school. It doesn't let the hospital know that you have a child in daycare that needs to be picked up at 3 o'clock, whether you're in the hospital or not. EverybodySafe.com offers emergency personnel access to your emergency contacts. Also, when an alert is sent and when this information is accessed, we send out an email, a text message, and a phone call to each of your emergency contacts letting them know where you are, what happened, and who's taking care of you. I'm OK is another service that we offer. Using the existing infrastructure from our alert systems, we allow you the opportunity, with a single push of a button, to let everybody on your emergency contact list know that you are OK. When your plane lands, one of the first things you do is you get out your cell phone and you call somebody and you say, hey, I've made it here, I'm safe. Once a week, you may call your mom and let her know, hey, nothing's different, I still have a job, I'm good, how are you, thanks, I love you, bye. We got the idea for I'm OK because there was recently some earthquakes in California. And one of the first things everybody did was they called somebody to let them know they were OK. Turns out that doing that jammed the phone systems. It was hours before people could get through. Recently, there's also been a string of school shootings. One of the things that happens during this is also everybody picks up the phone and wants to call somebody to let them know they're OK. Or anybody who has a student is calling that student to find out if they are OK. This, again, jams up the phone lines. But there's always an internet connection. Even the cell phones may still have an internet connection. So our system is designed that with a single push of a button over the internet, you can let everybody on your emergency contact list know that, hey, I'm OK. That tornado just passed through, I'm good. I realize there was something happened at school here today, but I'm good, I'm safe. There are 3 ways that emergency responders know that you have an EverybodySafe.com account. First is a hard plastic photo ID card that has your name, your identification number, and all the necessary contact information. The back of the card has instructions in multiple languages, 3 of which you get to choose. The second is a metal ID tag. You can wear it as a dog tag, lace it into your shoelaces, wear it as a keychain, and that has your name, identification number, and all the contact information to let them know how to reach out to everybodysafe.com. And lastly, we give you several plastic stickers to put on your driver's license, your student ID, your passport, your employment badge, your bicycle helmet, your car window, wherever it is that you want to put them to help identify that you are a member of everybodysafe.com. Everybodysafe.com is all about your and your family's peace of mind. We truly are where 411 and 911 work together. Please watch the subsequent videos on how to create an account, as well as how the alert systems work. We are a voice for that college kid who gets hurt at 3 a.m. on a Saturday morning. We are a voice for the business traveler who's in a foreign country. And we are a voice for a single parent who needs to let somebody know to pick up their child from daycare because they've been hurt. Thank you.